name is Lauren Phillip, and I attend Cranbrook Kingswood in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. My question is for Mr. Wegman. In your video about the Electoral College, you mentioned a way to essentially fix the problem with the Electoral College and bring the power of selecting the next president back to the people. If this is being made possible by the individual states granting their electoral votes to the winner of the popular vote, why not just get rid of the Electoral College altogether? Thank you.
This is a great question. Thank you. So here's the answer. Remember, I just said how there have been 800 attempts in Congress to amend or abolish the Electoral College and replace it with a national popular vote. Those have been efforts to amend the Constitution. We actually came extremely close to succeeding in this, as this picture shows, when Senator Birch Bayh of Indiana actually led a push to abolish the Electoral College and got really, really close. They passed it in the House of Representatives. It's the only time in American history that a House of Congress has voted to abolish the Electoral College. And it got stopped in the Senate by a filibuster, which you may know about. It's a way of basically postponing debate until a bill or a piece of legislation dies. It was stopped by Southern segregationists. So once again, remember, the Electoral College began with in a negotiation that involved protecting the interests of slaveholding states. You had these men in the 1960s who were literally the descendants of slaveholders themselves, who were still blocking any reform to a national popular vote. So I think the sort of racial element of this is really carries all the way through American history. But to answer, so the questioner had a really good. Was asking about this effort to use the Electoral College in a way to get us to a popular vote today. It's actually been developing for about 15 years, and it is a means of not amending the Constitution, but of using the Electoral College as it is currently designed in the Constitution for states to award, to basically get us to a popular vote election. The reason to do that instead of just taking the Electoral College out of the Constitution is that I think we've now seen, after 200 years of attempts and 800 efforts, that getting a constitutional amendment passed on this issue is extremely hard, if not impossible. And so people have been thinking about other ways to get us to a national popular vote, and this is one of them.